we have to perform on the pitch, and today wasn't good enough for a Man United team.
Thanks, Ollie.
Cheers.
Understandably, pretty strong words then for Ole Gunnar Solskjær. It won't help, I suppose, that what he said before the game, after the Liverpool defeat, United are going in the right direction. That was the last thing he needed after those words, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was, and I think too often this season they've had 2 or 3 good results and 2 or 3 bad results, and he's always asking for a reaction. You're not always going to get it. Yeah, they played okay at Liverpool, but that performance tonight, it might do him a favour in the transfer market. It might, just spur the club on to spend that extra few million on whatever Fernandes or Sporting Lisbon, or more importantly, his agent want. That extra 5 or 6 million might get done now tomorrow because of this. But he needs bodies in the building, doesn't he? I think if he's got some big injuries to his team. We know that Lindelof out again tonight, who I don't think he's a big miss. I think more Pogba and McTominay will be a bigger miss for him. So he needs help. There's no doubt about that. Can he get bodies in the building? That's up to the club to help him now.
But he's running out of time, isn't it? We're 21 days into this current transfer window, and on the basis of that performance, it needs more than just 1 or 2 new faces to turn things around, Tim.
Yeah. They got to make their mind up, Manchester United, whether Ole Gunnar Solskjær is going to be in a man for the long term before they start spending any money in this January window. Why would you spend money? Why would you give this man money if you feel that he's not going to be your long-term manager? Listen, if they want to go with him, then give him as much as you can. Give him some help on the recruitment side. Help him out. It's a big football club. He can't do it all. Then he needs to concentrate on improving what he has. Ole can't look what's outside of his club at the moment. He's got to look what's in it. And that he had a squad of players available to him tonight to beat Burnley Football Club. Let's not beat around the bush. He didn't produce tonight. His players didn't produce, but he didn't pick the right side to win that football match tonight. So he has to take some sort of blame. The buck always stops with the managers. I feel for him. That is the worst part of the job. When you've lost a game, you go in front of the cameras and you have to answer the questions. It's part of the job. And you're at the biggest club in the world. He knows that. He knows the pressures are going to be on him. I don't agree with him. They're not on the right track. They're on the absolute wrong track. And they need to get on the right track as soon as possible. But he needs help. He needs bodies. But not bodies to beat Burnley. Not bodies to beat Sheffield United. With respect, they're going well. Yeah. Not bodies to beat other teams who he's lost to this year. Wolves. Yes, it's Man City. You're nowhere near Man City. Yes, Liverpool. You're nowhere near them. But they're 5th in the league. He's expected to take them to the top 4, just like Jose Mourinho is expected to take Tottenham to the top 4, and Mikel Arteta is expected to take Arsenal to the top 4, and Frank Lampard is expected to take Chelsea. That one spot is up for grabs because I think Leicester will get 3rd. He's got as good a chance as any, and I believe his squad of players is probably better than the rest. Maybe Tottenham, I would argue.
You see, and even United's former side, Paul, Chelsea have taken 14 points from the last 12 league games, and United are still 6 points off a top 4 spot.
Well, yeah, Chelsea are not in a great run. It just shows how bad Manchester United have been, really. We keep going about the players that have been missing tonight. And as Tim said, that squad of players that are out, that team tonight should be enough to beat Burnley. It really should. And I fear for the next 4 or 5 weeks, because I don't think any of them players are coming back quickly. I don't think McTominay is coming back. I don't think Pogba's on his way back. And even if he is on his way back, he'll be moaning about something else to try and not play, trying to get his move away from the club. Marcus Rashford, we know, looks like 3 months he's out for. So he's stuck with these players for the next 6 weeks, and he's got to somehow coach these players and work these players to get a bit of confidence back into them and try and get some results. But they've got some right games in the next few weeks, so this is a really tough time for him.
But what did you make of the scenes at Old Trafford towards the end of the contest when fans they clearly had enough? They were making their way out of the stadium. And this is when things get, I suppose, a little bit dangerous in that apathy now kind of rules Old Trafford.
Yeah, look, that happens at every game you go to. 2-0 down with 5 minutes to go. People still expect Manchester United to win games, but I think you look at it 10, 15 minutes ago, and these are the scenes you were seeing. But even right at the start of the game, I said to Tim, look at the empty seats you could see at the start of the game, little clusters of seats everywhere. OK, it's a Wednesday night, it's expensive, I get that, but you could never get a ticket for Manchester United going back years, and the last 2 years even, you could never get a ticket, and now that speaks volumes for where the club are at.
I mean, it's not good scenes, empty seats. They're voting on their feet. But what they're showing him a lot of respect. They don't want to stay there and they don't want to boo him. They're showing him that. But what they're doing instead is leaving. And the next thing will happen, if it continues, they won't come. That is a real serious problem.
Yeah. Because trying to look at what United were trying to do in the last 15 minutes, was there a coherent game plan as far as you're concerned? Was there a style of play that they were trying to use?
Well, style of play is trying to score goals. They were desperate to score goals and the play just weren't good enough. And you have to say it's the players who just don't have the quality to break a team like Burnley down. Look, it's difficult to play against that. Me and Tim would have played against that a million times, but you just have to be patient and think the opening will come. But so many times they were trying to force a pass, Mata. I've never seen him give the ball away so much.
Yeah.
Fred again, he's supposed to be a creative midfielder, no influence on the game whatsoever. You never felt he was going to create a chance, you never felt he was going to score a chance. And Martial, little flashes, I suppose, a couple of shots outside the box in the second half. He had his chance in the first half where he definitely should have scored at least one of them. But no, tonight it was worrying because, like I said before, the injuries they've got, they're not expecting anyone back imminently. And this is a team they're going to have for the next 6 weeks, and that's a team I think is easy to play against.
Okay.
You could call it good forward play as well. He gets across the front man, and it is an awkward finish, as Tim said. I think he does get a little bit lucky. It does roll down his shin a little bit, but no credit to him for getting in that position.
What did you make on United's defending for that first goal?
Poor. Paul's absolutely right. Let me tell you, Matic, 6'5". Yeah. Probably even a little bit taller. When you stand next to him, he towers over you. Ben Mee, 6'1" at the most. Now, I know it's not all about size, it's about technique as well. But you know what that was about? That was about wanting to head it. That was about a willingness to go and stick your head on the ball, and you might get a knock. He doesn't care. And the anticipation there of Wood, excellent. They know he's going to win that ball, even though he's got a giant next to him. Matic didn't want to win that ball. He didn't want to win that ball. He just jumped. There's no one there who's putting their head on things. We highlighted before the game, they are the worst team from corners. Set pieces, they are disgustingly poor, Manchester United. The organisation on their defending is nowhere near good enough. Their play, in open play, isn't good enough either. They are not clinical in the opposition box, and they're very, very poor defending their own box. Recipe for not very good results, and that's what it's suggesting.
As for the second goal, it was a spectacular strike from Jay Rodriguez. He could not have hit this any truer. But like Paul, did you feel maybe that De Gea could have done better?
At the time, I think it's a strike of his life. If you watch Jones here, he tries to win that one, can't get there, and it's a good touch from Rodriguez. He takes it out, and it's on his weaker foot, I think his left foot there, and he absolutely smashes it. But I thought he should have done better. I think he gets him on his near post. I think if he stands up, he makes it look very, very difficult to save. I mean, he's hit it very, very well. If I have to give him the benefit of the doubt, I'll give it to the striker, and maybe De Gea. It's out of his reach. I don't think he expects a strike of that quality. Yeah.
I think he is caught by surprise, but he shouldn't be. He should be across there. He should be across. He should be covering that near post at all times. And I know, as Tim said, it was an unbelievable strike. Of course it was, but the keeper for me should do better. As
the last two games for De Gea maybe summed up his season so far?
Yeah, it's been patchy. I'd say probably his 18 months have been patchy. Yeah. He's been one of the best goalkeepers in the world. I would have said before that, for the 3 or 4 years before that, but the last 18 months he's been a little bit shaky, and he needs to up his game.